Hey everybody, Phil Kerner here, the Tool and Die Guy, and welcome to lesson 251, Creative Work Holding. And you guys are kind of in luck today. I spent the weekend, Labor Day weekend, I cleaned out the memory stick on my camera, and I always find 2, 3, 4 lessons in there because throughout the week, throughout the month, I take snapshots of some things I think you guys might be interested in and learn from. So here's one of those instances. So let's take a look if we get started here. Here we've got a stamping, and it's got about a 1/2 inch or 5/8 hole in the center right now. It's got a couple existing holes here, which happen to be 1/2 inch diameter, and we've got a 3/8, 3/3/8 holes here, and they are close to 3/8, 376. Now, if we look at this, we've got some dark marks, and I'll show you what those are from. That's some welded parts on the other side of this cast of the stamping. But what we need to do is open this hole up to 1 3/8, and then I've got to mill 2 very small rectangular pockets here. Now let's see what the problem is. I've got about 30 of these to do, so I can't just be indicating each one in. I need to build a quick fixture. So I'm going to open that hole up, and then I'm going to add 2 pockets where my fingers are. This is what it looks like when that hole's been opened. It's quite a bit bigger, as you can see. So the problem here that I was facing was on the other side. When we flip it over, I've got this piece of material that's been welded on, hangs off of there about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. Well, big issue here is that you can see I've already milled the pockets in this part. I can't really come from this side. And if I flip the part over to this side, okay, that weldment here is in my way. So how am I going to locate this thing? I do not want to come from this side. They want a 1/16 radius in these corners. So now I'm trying to hang out a 1/8 inch end mill, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, which that gets kind of scary. You really don't want to do that. So I built a simple fixture, and what I did was I put a dowel pin right there. It's a 3/8 dowel pin, and what that will do is match that one dowel pin here. That gets me started, okay? Second thing is you'll notice how close these pockets, when I machine them, of course it cuts into the fixture a little bit. That's fine. You got to get through your part. What I did was kind of time this out so the weldment on the other side, this part, all right, this part hangs off the back edge and is cleared by 1/16 of an inch. I didn't want it to hit the welds or anything else. So that's how I cheated my way out of this. I made this simple cold roll fixture, and all I did was make sure this back edge cleared, again, this piece of steel that had been welded on. And then what you're going to learn today, though, that's, I realize, not rocket science. You see these 2 tapped holes here? Well, I kind of lucked out because these 2 holes in the part happen to be 500 in diameter. So what I decided to do is I looked at the blueprint and got the locations off these and from the center of this dowel pin. And all I did in the fixture then was drilled 2 1/2-13 holes. So what am I going to do with those? Now, you could have said, Phil, why didn't you just put dowel pins in there? Good idea, but it wouldn't hold the part in this location. So here's a little trick I've learned over the years to hold parts down with existing holes. So there we are on the fixture. We've put the part on there. We've centered off this dowel pin. Now I've got to get something in these 2 holes. The shoulder bolts won't work either because they won't pinch the part to the fixture. So enter the flathead cap screw. Well, you know what? That's a great little thing I've discovered over the years. Flatheads will really locate a part because they're self-centering. So as long as you get your holes in the right location in your fixture, the angles on these heads will basically self-center into where you need. So now I've solved two problems here. Let's take a look at this when we can look at how we mount it. So I put the 2 screws in. That's tied it into that dowel pin. So now I know the part is timed correctly as far as it's square. These 4 holes, you can see that they're all lined up. So it has centered my part and located my part just using the flatheads. And this is kind of what it looks like up close. You can see the head wedges into the hole lightly. You can see I'm not putting a wrench or a pipe on this Allen wrench. It doesn't have to be held that tight. You can see how thin the part is. And then when you're all done, there you go. There's your 2 flathead cap screws that located me right off this dowel pin, held the part down at the same time, And there you can see my 2 pockets and my hole has been machined. So just another thing to add to your arsenal of fixture building. Flatheads are a great way to center a part, okay, and hold it down. It's killed 2 birds with 1 stone. So I hope this helps you guys out. This is a quick little video from the archives of my camera, and we'll see you on the next video.